My name is Princess Goma. I was born here in Tembisa. I grew up here in Tembisa. 2005, I started to work at Globe Flight World Express. It's a courier company. I met the guy there. He was good to me. He was loving, caring. He was everything to me. And then when my mother passed away, he was there for me. He supported me a lot. And then I got pregnant of this boy. His name is Tando. He is 3 years old. He will be turning 4 years at November this year. When I was pregnant of him, his father passed away while I was 9 months pregnant. When I'm going to give birth in hospital, I started to get sick. The pains was coming and going, coming and going. I didn't know what's happening. I started to bleed before I gave birth, which is not usual. I started to bleed, and I bleeded a lot. I even take out clothes. So they put me in the machine. They said I must try to reduce stress because I have a lot of stress. That's why I couldn't give birth. But I was praying, asking God that this baby shouldn't die because he's still young. He didn't see the world outside. I've tried the nurses and the sisters. They said no, they can't assist me because the way I am, they are scared. They have to call a doctor, a special doctor. They've called the doctor. When I was supposed to push, I just pushed and the baby came out. The baby was healthy. Nothing happened. I was also fine after I gave birth of him. Then I was out of the hospital. I've raised them because I was still working. I've raised him. I did everything more than my elder son. I did everything. I've maintained him. I do whatever I'm supposed to do. Then when he was 6 months, he started to sick. He was so very sick because I was at work and it was my nice day. It was beautiful by that day because I was receiving some cash I was waiting for. I went out with my friend. We go to buy some food to eat, and then we bought chicken licken. We came back. Immediately when I sit down, I was supposed to eat. Here comes the telephone call. When I answered the call, it said, try to come back home now. Your child is so very sick. I've asked my boss. They said you can go. I go home. When he was staying with my mother's sister because I couldn't have anyone to look after him at home because my mother passed away. When I got there, he was sick. We thought maybe it's just the flu. When we take him to the doctor gave him medicine. He said, no, yeah, you will be fine. When I come back, he was crying on the road from Ivory to here in Vusmos. Here comes another man assisting me with the bags because the baby was crying. I tried to comfort him, but still he was crying. I couldn't sleep at night. In the morning, I went to a traditional healer to get help. It becomes worse. This part of his head was falling inside. You could put your hand inside the way it was. I didn't know what to do. It was on Friday night. I was trying to feed him. You could see that this child is dying when I feed him. He started to change his eyes. He was lame, he couldn't do nothing. He was so weak. When I look at him, no, my child is dying. I didn't know what to do. I just put him like this. I was crying. I was praying, talking to God. By that time, I was no longer praying. I was demanding God. I've told God that I demand my child back. Please bring my child back. Because I won't lose him now. I can't lose his father and lose him also. I've prayed until my son comes back. When he comes back, I thank God. When I opened my eyes, I saw my brother and my elder son And it was my brother, my elder son, and my foster son, which is my sister's son. She passed away, and then I took her son. They were crying and praying also that night. Then I just looked at them. I didn't say nothing up until they finished. And then I said, thanks. God will hear our prayers. I took my son into my bedroom to sleep. Early in the morning, my mother's sister came. She said, you must go to ZCC, Zion Christian Church, because she heard that they can help with this problem. It needs to be helped by traditional or them. Then I said, I won't go to the traditional healer because he did this to my son. He became worse instead of getting better. So she said, no, let's go there and see what help we'll get. We did go there. Immediately when we get there, the pastor saw this child is sick. Immediately when we enter the gate, I didn't tell him nothing. But when he looks at him, he said, no, this child is too sick. We'll start with this child. He took him, he prayed. He was having something like a needle. He took that needle and do like this into his head. The blood was coming out. When the blood comes out, he took a coffee. He prayed to this coffee, a coffee that we drink. He put the coffee on top of his head. He took eggs and beat these eggs, only eggs, without medicine, without nothing. He prays to these eggs, and then he put it into his bottle. Like there was the milk, he poured that milk away, and then he poured the eggs into his bottle. He said, I must give him to drink. And then he made another 2 liters of a coffee. He said, I must take this 2 liters of a coffee and keep on giving it to him to drink. Instead of giving him water, I must give him this coffee. I keep on doing like that. My child became better. He was fine. So I thank God a lot. Because yes, my child is big now. He grew up. He's healthy. He's strong. And he's hyperactive. He doesn't have any problem. So since that day, I believed that God is there. God is alive.